Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and adjust the Watson wedge with some weights to take advantage of this conservation of energy. So I'm going to make a quick adjustment here to this line. I'm going to remove this constraint and move it up a bit, giving myself a little bit more meat to work with. I think you'll see here why in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Alright, so I just changed the shape a little bit, and I made that a little bit more. You'll probably see why here in a little bit. Now, this is made of wood right now. If I check my weight and the properties, you're going to see that the weight is 2.77 ounces. That means I want to add about 2 ounces here. And to do that, I'm going to use some steel bar. Steel bar is a little over 10 ounces per foot. So to bring this up again, I want to add 2 ounces. I want to use about 2 ounces is 1/5 of a foot. 1/5 of a foot would be 2.4 inches. So I'm going to need to put 2.4 inches of steel bar into this. I'm going to see if I can do it with just one. So I'm going to, change appearance. I'm not going to change material. I'm going to change appearance. And I'm going to use something that I can see through. I'll use calm water. Let's try water wavy. Nope, water swimming pool. Yeah, that's what I want. Now, it's still made of wood, so when I do properties, it's going to do it. But notice it's kind of see-through, so I can work on it. So I'm going to go ahead back here on the back and sketch. And I'm going to sketch a 1/2 inch circle on here. I'm just coming up there. I'm going to hit 0.5. Alright, and I'm going to see if I can extrude that in as a cut 2.4 inches. That's what I want to do. Okay, so you can see it pops out the top there a little bit. That's not, so I want to go ahead and I'm going to go back to my sketch. And I'm just going to drop this circle down, still going up from there, but I'm going to drop it down to about right there and hit OK. And that's pretty good. So, I just made a hole for the steel. I'm going to add. Works real nice. Let's see. I'll turn off the vision on that sketch. And now I'm going to add a little mass. So right now, if I took a look at this and check my properties, I'm going to look at where my center of mass is. Center of mass is -0.29, so this is a 1/2 inch, so my center of mass would be right about here, just over 1/4 of an inch to the left of the origin. Let's add some steel bar. So in order to add steel bar, I need to make it a whole new material. I'm going to come up to the top level. I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit new component. I'm going to call this component steel. My choices for the steel are a 1/2 inch, 3/8 of an inch, or 1/4 inch. I'll make this hole just on a drill press. It'll be very easy and it's easy to find a hole. I want to navigate around until I can see this back here, and then to see the dot is here. This is the active component. I'm going to extrude. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to choose that. I'm going to extrude it this direction. And then I am going to, rather than going a distance, I'm going to go to object and choose the back of this. So it'll extrude out and be flush with that. I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm going to go to modify physical material, and I shall make this, what's that there? That's probably something else. I'm going to go into metal. I'm going to go down to steel. For the most part, steel is steel when it comes to density. So you can choose any one you want. I'm going to choose this. Put that there. Hit close. And now to see everything, I come back and I activate the assembly, because now assembly has different components. It has my body, and now this has steel in it. If I were to modify the physical material, well, that's wood, you can see. I don't want to do that. I want to just leave it. That can be through there. But now I'm going to check my properties again. I'm going to come over here to the front view, which side is kind of like the side view. I'm going to hit that, and I was right here, 0.29 left of that. Let's look at my center of mass now. My center of mass now is back to about 1.25, so I moved my center of mass back a bit to the left, so that's not bad. I moved my center of mass back an inch. If I put my wheel right here, that's about what I'd want. You want your center of mass about an inch in front of that. If I wanted to manipulate that in a different way, I could go all out, and let's go back a little bit and do something a little different. If I really wanted to move my center of mass back as far as I wanted to, I would sketch on this side and put a ½ inch hole as far back. Don't go right next to the edge. Leave yourself a little meat so that it doesn't go there, but I'm now going to extrude this through as a cut. Alright, and then I'm going to add a component. I would name it steel. And let's see, I'll extrude. Whoa. I'm going to have to sketch on this surface. I would choose that and that, and then extrude this through. Again, I don't want it sticking out. Instead, I would go, rather than a distance, I would go to object and just choose the space over here. Alright, okay. Now I'm going to go modify, change that material to steel. Oh, let's see. It doesn't really matter as far as this. Let's go ahead. It matters. I don't care about the appearance. I just care about this. Now I'd go up and activate the top level, and that's what it's looking like. And let's see what that did as far as moving my center of mass back. So, oops, right click and hit properties. I was at negative 1.19. Now I am at negative 1.33. So it even drew back. I wouldn't want to move it too much further back, but in the effort of being as high, I might try to squeeze back just 1/8 of an inch this way and this way. Other thing I could do is I could make it steeper. I could change this original line. Oh my God, I got a dog that thinks he's a lap dog. He weighs 90 pounds. Let's see, let's move that down like this, and removing some more of that weight in front would even make it further back down. But get down. Oh my God. Oh, buddy, you are a horse. It's my computer. All right, let's see. Is it negative 1.33? And, ooh, center of mass back to negative 1.7. So you can see I want to put myself in a situation where I have my wheels and then about an inch in front of it, that's my center of mass. That's how I would max this out. But you got to stop.